Did we do the super chats already?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I want. Hate to respond to this. I remember now. That's why he's here, and I already know his answer. I think, and he's the wrong person to ask. But he's here. I ask. I want to know Hate's thoughts on this neo-Nazi situation. According to WBNS 10, on Saturday afternoon, a group of neo-Nazi marched through Columbus' Short North neighborhood. Shouting racial slurs through megaphones. This raised question about whether they could face any charges for the demonstration. Watch this from WBSN 10.
Yeah, Angela. Well, a lot of people were just shocked to see Nazis in their neighborhood here in the Short North this weekend and wondered why the police couldn't do something about it. And a free speech attorney tells me it's because their words were protected by the First Amendment. But now police are saying that those neo-Nazis may have used pepper spray, which could mean that assault charges are on the table. Dwight Holland took this cell phone video on Saturday after hearing commotion out on High Street.
I would like to know how a hate group is able to amass on High Street and walk at least 10 blocks. No police presence whatsoever.
He called police hoping they could do something about it. But attorney Mark Weaver explains police couldn't do much but monitor the situation in case it became violent.
Speech itself can't be illegal unless it's a threat. People are allowed to say mean, hateful things. Doesn't make them good people, but they're allowed to under the First Amendment.
The video shows the neo-Nazi yell slurs at Holland and his friend. Is that allowed?
So hate speech, however you define it, has been held to be completely protected by the Supreme Court, and that was all of the justices agreeing with that, so it's not a close call.
But now police say they have video evidence of neo-Nazis using pepper spray. Here you can see a man in plaid helping the man in a tan jersey flush out his eyes after a manager of a business tells us the neo-Nazis used pepper spray on him and others.
Amazing. And one other soundbite. Now City Attorney Zach Klein is working with police to build a case. Watch this from WBNS 10.
So that the moment that this sort of First Amendment activity crosses into the criminal realm, that there is accountability.
Now City Attorney Zach Klein tells us he's working with Columbus Police to see if they can build a case. Assault charges and even hate crime charges are on the table.
That is about as vile as it comes, which is why I want our community to know that I understand that folks are scared, that they're troubled, they're upset, but I have their back. And if there's a way for us to prosecute these individuals, if it crosses from free speech into criminal conduct, we will hold them accountable.
But like Attorney Weaver, Klein says the neo-Nazis can't be prosecuted for their use of hate speech alone.
And you say hate?
So according to the news report, they use pepper spray, or somebody used pepper spray.
It seems to be only one person who have done it.
Yeah, one person sprayed one other person with pepper spray. I doubt that was unprovoked. It must have been like a confrontation of some sort. The guy could easily say, I felt a threat. And so that sounds like self-defense, not a hate crime. To me. But it sounds like they're eager to build a case.
Yeah, I know. I know y'all scared. I know you worry, but Mama's here. Don't worry, baby.
There's always this motivation to build a case against Trump, build a case against whites. And I'm not for them cussing and making a scene, but if they want to do that, then just ignore them and hope they move on. You don't act like it's this big scary thing, because they're not going to do anything to anybody unless you do something to them, usually.
Yeah.
So it's a non-issue, but they want to pretend like it's an issue.
And what do you think of that, Nick?
I'm glad the Christian founders of America thought of the Constitution to protect us from this lawyer who, this guy who wants to get rid of, who doesn't care about the First Amendment and is more worried about mean language. and is ready to get him on something else for this ulterior motive and is open about it.
Yep.
It's kind of sick.
Amazing. When that black man said, I want to know how is it that this hate group who walking down the street and nobody, no police, something like that around, what he said. I would have said to that black man the same way that hate group Black Lives Matter is able to do it.
Yep.
Black Lives Matter was able to do the same thing. And the cops were walking with them and didn't do anything to them. And they were violent, burning down buildings and everything. They were worse than what it looked like these people were doing.
And why were those black guys all dressed in all red? Were they Bloods?
Everybody ain't blood hate.
I know, but that was remarkably red.
Black people love red. We love watermelon and we love red.
I love red too,
but you don't love watermelon.
Not red on red on red.
How come every time
not watermelon
a white group get together and protest and shout out loud bad words or whatever they do, why is it called neo-Nazi? Why is it so bad? But when people of color do it, it's
you feel sorry for them.
It's protest. It's a peaceful protest. Why the difference?
That's a good question. I don't know. Well, I do kind of know.
Have you noticed they always deem them different? They both do the same thing.
Yeah.
Except the so-called neo-Nazis not as violent and burning down buildings and carrying on the bad as the Black Lives Matter group does.
Right. And in fact, some of these white groups will go pick up trash. They'll go clean up the park and the pond and stuff like that.
And I noticed that the white man, I'm here. Y'all scared. I know y'all afraid of the neo-Nazi, but not the Black Lives Matter you're not afraid of. You're only afraid when it's white people who are doing it, but not the blacks.
It's backwards. They feel sorry for the criminals, and then they look down on the guys who want their country back. Back into order.
I'm glad to see, of course, no violence. I don't want the violence stuff, but I'm glad to see the whites finally standing up again. Because they had gone a little quiet.
Yeah, I mean, remember Charlottesville in 2017?
Right, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that type of courage until right now. And I understand why, because white people are so hated in their own country that they're not allowed to demonstrate or do anything for themselves or for their country.
Yeah. I don't know what good this is doing though.
It's not doing any good.
Yeah.
It's just a thrill.
Yep. Something to talk about.
It's just a thrill.
Yeah.
And after a while, as they're attacking the First Amendment, they're going to take out of the First Amendment that everybody can protest but white people.
Yep. It's already pretty much that way.
Only people of color can protest, not white people.
You get in a fight and you've been running around saying the N-word as a white, they're going to call it a hate crime, and the feds will get involved. It's ridiculous.
But you can call the white any kind of name you want.
Yep. Racist.
Isn't that amazing, though, in their own country?
It's evil.
Amazing. Thank you, Hate. This is Hate from the HateReport.com at 9 a.m. from 9 to 11. And the other over there is the American Anchor Baby at 4 p.m. Pacific time. All right?